Hello everyone, we are Team Terminators and our DIY team project is automated car parking system. Members of our team are Jay Godara, that is me, Pratik Sonune, Anushka Susatkar, Abhijit Nigam and Pratyush Kumar. Objective of our project is to remove human interference at parking places. Now let's talk about hardware used in our project. We have used an Arduino Uno IR proximity sensor, servo motor, 16 by 2 LCD I2C display and jumper wires.
Everyone, I am Pratik Sonune from the team Terminators. Now coming to the circuital part, we have done all the connections properly, like the connections of ground, VCC and all. We connected Arduino Uno, then servo motor, then IR sensors, I2C module and LCD screen properly. Then the dimensions of LCD screens are important in our project. Now coming to the stimulation part of car parking system, when the car will enter, IR sensor will detect it and gate will turn on. Again another IR sensor will detect and it will get turned off. We can see the count also of empty spaces on the screen, how many spaces are remaining and all. So this is our circuit. Thank you.
Now starting with the code of the project, we first will include the libraries of the code, which includes wire.h and liquid crystal I2C, which here represents the LCD display. Then comes the servo.h motor library. After that comes up the initializations of the variable. After that we move on to the void setup function, where we first initialize the LCD and then go ahead to the backlight of the LCD and turn it on. After providing several commands to the servo motor, we set the cursor to 00, which is the origin in relation to the LCD screen, which would print car parking system when the system is first turned on. Then after that there would be a delay of 2000 milliseconds, as you can see here, and so there will be a delay of 2 seconds, and then after that LCD would clear the screen content. Now we come to the loop part. The loop part consists of 2 blocks here, and the first block here, there is the first block and the below one is the second block. The first block is responsible for incoming vehicles, and the second block is responsible for the outgoing vehicles and counting the slot for that. Now after that, explaining in the first block, if the number of slots are greater than 0, then the slot would deduct by 1 if the car is incoming, and if there is no space available, then the LCD screen would simply print space not available. And after that there would come a delay of 3000 milliseconds. Then after that the LCD would clear the screen content. Now coming to the second block, if the car is incoming, the car is outgoing, then the slots would increase by 1 in consideration to that. And similarly, if the total space, then the LCD would print the total space and the number of slot spaces that are present at the very moment.
Hello everyone, myself Pratyush Kumar, a member of Group 16 DIY project from Section 18. Our topic is automated car parking system. So this is our hardware setup, in which I had used one Arduino Uno R3, 2 IR sensor, one LCD screen which is attached with I2 module, one servo motor. That's it. So now let's compile our code. As you can see, our compilation is done. Now let's upload our code into the Arduino. So our code uploaded finally. So now let's see the working system of our automated car parking system. For this we had to put USB into the laptop for getting the power. As you can see, it is showing total space to be 6 and have space is also 6. So now let's take an example by a car. So this first IR sensor will sense this car and this barricade will open. So now this second IR sensor will sense this car and ensure that car is in the parking area, and this barricade will close. And we will park into the first slot. So as you can see, our first car is parked and have space is now 5. So similarly we can park all these cars in the respective slots. So now all the cars are parked and now have spaces 0. And now when we put finger on my IR sensor, you can see here it is showing sorry, not spaces available. If any car wants to leave the parking area, then this is how it will go. This second IR sensor will sense and barricade will open. And this first IR will sense and barricade will close. And you can see now one slot is empty, so here it is showing have space is equals to 1.